Without any cuts or edits, Chrissy Lemon's life collapsed in real time as everything just blew out. Camron didn't hesitate, and when Jim Jones heard it, he didn't object or ask questions. Chrissy Lemon wasn't just damaged, she was destroyed. After Camron, the man responsible for everything, left one horrifying message and an audio leak. Jim Jones, who supported her through street fights, TV drama, and cheating claims, is firing her. According to sources, the reason is not only the leak, but also the fact that it confirms a long-running scandal, a betrayal that is more profound than anybody could have imagined, and that this is more than simply reality TV. You're about to learn the part they don't want the world to know, because once it's out, there's no turning back. After everything they've endured, public breakdowns, reality TV therapy, accusations of adultery, and constant criticism on Instagram, you're telling me that Chrissy Lampkin is the most controversial hip-hop romance? Baby, what's happening behind closed doors? This is radioactive in addition to being dirty. A leaked video of Camron and Jim Jones had me in tears. He just got up and left, seemingly finished with the whole fucking story. Is considerably more serious than just another hip-hop and love meltdown, so let's not pretend. We are talking about treachery, secrets that ought never to have been revealed, and a triangle that might or might not exist. Just be romantic. It might be dangerous. According to those with knowledge of the matter, a secret film. The response was not only digital, it was also financial, as some companies with which Chrissy had collaborated began to cut ties with her. A luxury wig company she just promoted archived all of her cooperation posts. A jewelry line canceled. Her future campaign and an internet shop warned, "Don't act brand new when the receipts were always there." A fan shared a grainy image of Jim at a hotel in South Beach on the 4th day of the public controversy. Jim appeared worn out, as though he had been deceived on all fronts. According to people close to the rapper, Jim has remained in Miami, totally off the grid despite her vague declaration about upholding his values and trust. He hasn't even been seen at his regular studio sessions or cigar lounge. Camron alluded to releasing a second leak involving documentation that would conclude the tale, but Chrissy stayed mute and was unable to be seen. The drama was reaching new heights. Memes with titles like Plot Twist Queen and The Real Reason Jim Never Married Her began to emerge as fans began to view Chrissy as a mastermind instead of the ride or die character they formerly perceived her as. The internet added 10 more layers to the conspiracy every minute she remained silent, and just when things were getting out of hand, a new rumor emerged that Chrissy may have been the one who persuaded Jim to end his relationship with Cam in the first place. She planted the seeds of suspicion years ago to control the story and safeguard her own secrets. Rather than whether Chrissy was guilty, the question now was how much of... Even though Chrissy's name was trending on gossip pages, response videos, podcasts, and even late-night talk programs for the 6th consecutive day, she was exploding like never before as the world feasted on the aftermath behind closed doors. By this point, her falsehoods had taken control of Jim's life, and it was not only a scandal, but also a disaster in terms of film. With mascara on her linens and broken glass, all over the floor the house has a gloomy feel. According to reports, Chrissy was sequestered at a secluded Hamptons mansion, avoiding the press and even severing ties with her closest pals. She is crying all day and isn't reacting to anyone, including her mother, according to an unidentified stylist who spoke to a gossip website. Camron knows just how to satisfy the public's insatiable hunger and lack of mercy. When Cam returned to Instagram a week after the initial leak, he teased a document folder named The Final Straw PDF in his second live stream. For the first 30 seconds, the man was silent, just nodding and staring into the camera while thousands of viewers flooded the chat with, "Drop it and finish her." Then he said, "Speak less. You all wanted answers. Explain why loyalty is a joke in this industry, why Jim lost faith in teamwork, and why Dipset collapsed." He then showed 2 old, grainy photos, but what they seemed to show, Chrissy sitting in one of them, sent social media into a frenzy. 5 minutes later, Chrissy follows the unidentified man as he enters the hotel room. After Twitter revealed the man's identity, rather than the cam, the Chark mystery man became the focus of rumors within an hour, with some even claiming that it was a prominent executive in the industry. A time-stamped security camera screenshot shows an unidentified male at a dimly lit lounge with his arm slung over her shoulder. Chrissy smiles, keeping her eyes closed. The most outrageous notion was that it was an A-list actress who had known Chrissy in Music LA, and who purportedly wanted half of his business, music. Other music industry insiders conjectured that it was a rival rapper who had previously mocked Jim Jones in a song from 2015. A third anonymous source, claiming to be a former assistant of Mona Scott, released a recorded voice note in which a woman who sounded uncannily similar to Chrissy is heard saying, "Cam knows too much." It didn't matter what was true. The story had already been rewritten, and the damage had already been done. Not to speak. I'm done with him if he flips. This time, Jim will truly abandon me. No one seemed to mind that the voice wasn't verified. The video went viral and made headlines after Chrissy's latest admission garnered over 3,000 comments on Reddit in less than 2 hours, and fans eventually started creating in-depth documentaries detailing Chrissy's alleged manipulation techniques. Jim Jones made a comeback and knew. Instead of rapping or singing, York stood in the VIP area with his arms crossed and a drink in hand as the DJ played Dipset classics during a solo performance at a club gig he had booked months in advance. Some said he was praying, while others said he was reliving all the lies in slow motion as he closed his eyes and remained silent as the crowd chanted, "Chrissy F. Chrissy and Jim as We Fly High" came on. After Chrissy almost went to the emergency room, ER, due to a panic attack. According to reports, pals were closely watching her back at her hiding place. A nurse who asked not to be named told a tabloid that her blood pressure quickly skyrocketed, making it difficult for her to breathe, and she kept saying, "He hates me. He'll never forgive me. It's over." For someone who had bravely walked the most dangerous streets of New York, the "you've labeled me a hater," as if I didn't look at the surface, even though I've been told she wasn't right. Jim's mother, who is known for being direct and blunt, went live on Facebook and verbally and emotionally grabbed Chrissy by the throat. Just when the public thought the breakdown could not get much more toxic, a fourth party, Mama Jones, entered the fray. It was the last nail in Chrissy's public persona, as the ride or die turned backstabber. Guess who reappeared with all that? Smoke? The woman who waited 20 years for a ring looked like the reason she never got one. Savage Mama Jones was right all along when she tried to defend her son, but you people made fun of her. Don't pass it up. According to a leaked email obtained by a suspicious media source, Mona Scott allegedly planned to re-edit and re-release old Love and Hip Hop footage with new context, releasing scandal-cut content that they couldn't broadcast at the time. This was about rebranding history, not just treachery, because it's game time. Relationships with Chrissy. They were suing one fashion partnership for image damage and demanding the return of their $60,000 advance. Another partnership filed a lawsuit to prevent Chrissy from claiming to be their ambassador. According to a handwritten letter sent to the Shade Room by someone close to Chrissy while she was still missing, "I want the truth, not forgiveness." The letter stated. Only half of the fans sympathized with her breakdown, while the other half said, "Too late." Days later, Jim, who had stood by her side through thick and thin, was seen out there alone and preoccupied with himself, without his engagement ring. "I wasn't perfect, but I never meant to destroy you. I loved you even when I lost myself." Record labels and streaming services have already approached Cam to share his side of the story in a full-length documentary series, but Chrissy remains silent and in hiding while Camron trots on, and the internet crowned Cam the king of Petty Jim, the victim, and Chrissy the victim after he posted one final meme with the caption, "Love doesn't pay attention." Plan of treachery with no regret, no resolution, only mayhem.